All right. Welcome to another Woods Report.
It did take a little longer, didn't it?
And you see that it's lagging. So I'm sick of YouTube doing that.
1,
Yeah,
2,
it's doing it.
3.
And you know what? I watch other people's feeds and sometimes they lag.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought wearing my hair down would keep it from doing that.
Oh no. All right, y'all. So a lot happened. What was it, yesterday? What day?
What do you mean?
Yesterday or the day before yesterday? Yesterday was Monday.
Iowa caucus.
That was
yesterday.
Yesterday, and the Emmys was.
Oh, I missed that.
You totally missed the Emmys.
I watched Rustin, Bayard Rustin. I wanted to watch that movie.
Did you want to do a review on that later, or is it worth doing a review on?
Yeah, it's good to do a review.
A whole review, or just you tell what you thought?
Just tell what I thought.
Well, what is it?
There was a few questions that came up when I was watching it. Very good acting. The guy, Domingo
Coleman.
Coleman Domingo. So definitely that.
Did they ever say what he is?
Anna said she said she was happy of being part of what she is.
She's Honduras and
something like that. Yeah, she's not Puerto Rican or whatever. So that's what I got from her comment.
Oh,
she's part of the Hispanic world, but she mentioned her.
I think she's Honduran.
Yeah,
right. I don't know if that's how you say it. I think that's
not Guatemala. The other
you was going to say guacamole, weren't you?
No, Guatemala.
Oh,
I always say it wrong. If I say that country wrong,
right.
But
is she?
I don't know. Ma, you know what Anna is? What country?
On the View.
Was it Guatemala or was it Honduras or was it?
Let me see. We waiting on people to come in.
Well, why she look up?
Anna from the View.
But I wanted to give.
Oh, what is her nationality?
Ethnicity. And then you want to know what's politically correct. Is it a person's nationality?
They got both on here.
Is a person's ethnicity?
Nicaragua.
Okay.
So she said he's Nicaraguan.
I want to say she was alluding to the fact that he was part of what she is. Spanish.
Okay. But what happened?
Just quickly, I was surprised that this definitely shows us acting. And because the character from what he's Belizean
and Guatemala.
Oh, he's a mixture.
His family is from Belize and Guatemala.
Oh, right, and I had sent you a link about Esther Rowe. I didn't know she was from Bahamas.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
She's West Indian.
Yeah. Okay, but this showed his acting definitely more because he said the character the character he was playing was a little God, what's the word? Charisma, a lot of charisma. And because of his lifestyle, he played that role very well. So it's like he fit the shoes. It was like it was a part meant for him.
You fit the suit, man. You fit the suit.
Like the Brady Bunch.
Go ahead.
But I was just surprised because his closeness to the Martin Luther King's family. Because when he let him go and he came back, he fired him and let him come. He came back. The family misses you. Because when he's with the family, they come alive. They show that.
Right.
She sings because I forgot Coretta is a trained singer, music. And
no, she's like Megan. No, I'm just messing. Jonathan Major.
You know what?
Yeah,
that's
everybody's Coretta Scott King.
He missed the mark on that one because Megan don't sing. You know what? Now you're making it look worse for him. But you would wonder why the family, the older kids at least, because she had the little baby in her arms, they never mention him. Unless I miss...
They never mention who?
Interviews Bayard Rustin.
Because he gay.
That's just really sad.
I know,
because this man was
why.
A friend to the family.
They knew that
he was friends to the family. So you would think they would say in an interview or some kind of writing or book, I may have missed it, the son may have written something, that he would come over our house and we would love dancing with him. And
I think they knew it would take away from everything.
And he was instrumental in getting my dad doing that march.
Yeah.
So that movie really showed. I love how Rustin, he involved young kids,
right?
right out of college.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to get involved. So why not put them to work?
Yeah.
And he knew their gifts, their strong, what they were good in. So I love that. He was a good planner. He managed it. He had the people help him. But the obstacles he came across, and this even today we have issues with. He had trouble getting the NAACP on board. That was one of his obstacles. And then he was able to talk MLK back into doing it. And MLK was like, I'm gonna do it without the NAACP. So the NAACP had to go and talk to him.
So this is a good way to learn the backstory.
It's very good.
Because they never teach MLK, Martin Luther King, and the NAACP the way this story is saying it.
Thank you.
They always make it seem like the NAACP was on board and that everything was running smooth and the only opposition was from outside, not inside.
Thank you. It was internal.
So it was internal.
Because Medgar Evers, before he was killed, he was with Rustin saying this is a good idea.
So a lot of people was with him.
John Lewis.
And they all knew he was gay. Openly gay.
Well, they started finding out.
So he wasn't openly gay?
Not at the time, no.
Oh, see?
But he was arrested. It was in the history of him in I can't remember what state. He was arrested for that.
Oh,
and that was almost kept secret.
How you get arrested for being gay?
It was something that they were doing.
Oh,
with the,
okay,
all right, doing some vulgar or whatever. But one of the congressmen, black congressman, was trying to use that against him.
Yeah,
and trying to say y'all all still on board if one of your members. If stuff comes up
and they said
yes. You'll be in trouble. And the Rustin said, if you're referring to me, I'm not walking away.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with this. So he was happy that MLK apparently openly said, this man is the man for the job.
Okay.
Regardless of what has happened in his life and what his lifestyle or what do you call it? Love interest, whatever, the right words to say it. And he got teary-eyed because Martin Luther King openly made it. I wonder if that's
how the family feels about this movie. Did they say that?
Question.
Does anybody know, if you know, what does Martin Luther King's family feel about
Bayard Rustin,
that movie, and how it portrayed Martin and his relationship as far as friendship with him? That's a good way. Let's find out. Because if they have a thing about it, maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe that's why they haven't come public with.
Yeah.
Because he was actually the one who is the reason for that march.
Right. Okay.
So, but it was good. I enjoyed the movie.
Well, let me see. Real quick. Let me see. What does Martin Luther the King. You don't know no Martin Luther the King. Eddie Murphy, man. Eddie Murphy.
Coming to America.
You see how people are? You're only as good as the last thing. Now when you see people talk about who are some of the best comedians, they don't even mention Eddie Murphy.
One person
How can you not mention Eddie Murphy?
One person said the old one, not the newer one.
But I'm saying he's still Eddie Murphy.
Still Eddie Murphy.
But you see how people are? You only as good. And it was so funny because you know how Eddie Murphy is. His laugh. He's still Eddie Murphy because they was interviewing him. And it was something they said, who has the best, if y'all remember, y'all seen it was on TikTok or somewhere, the best comedy album or something of all time or something. And another comedian said them. And he said, no one has beat my record.
Oh, he said that.
And he was smiling. He was like, no one has.
And no one has?
Since this day, he said, none of them have outsold what, I would think it was Raw. He said, none of them have beaten. He laughed. He said, and they good. In other words, he was saying they good, but you haven't beaten the record. I'm still Eddie Murphy at the end of the day. And I like how he said it because people forget that. Mm-hmm. They just keep thinking he's the Eddie Murphy they see now. And he said, he's more laid back. He said, if they keep it up, I might get back on stage. I was like, don't do that. Don't get back on stage.
No, Eddie, don't hurt him. Don't hurt him.
No, don't get back on stage. You may
don't
not be as funny.
Oh,
leave while the crowd is screaming.
Yeah. Movies is fine because movies is whatever character he's playing.
Right.
But on stage, ooh.
But he might still be funny, but I wouldn't take a chance.
Does Jerry Seinfeld still do stage?
No. Well, no, none of they all like leave them laughing. Like the Seinfeld show.
Uh-huh.
Don't come back.
Okay.
What's the name of this? Rustin? What's his name?
Rustin.
Rustin?
Mm-hmm. Bayard Rustin.
Well,
This is interesting how this story came about, and he was friends with the King family to the point where you're thinking the kids, the son, somebody would have brought, unless they went to the Obamas.
So I don't know. They not said. Oh, you said that they produced this.
The Obamas produced this.
I think if they produced it, they would.
George Wolf is directing.
I don't think they would produce something the family wasn't behind.
Right.
So I'm going to assume the family.
Because the Obamas are
Yeah, I'm going to assume, and it doesn't mean I'm right.
And maybe they got their information from the kids.
Right. I'm going to assume that they got. I forgot you said that the Obamas produced it.
Yep.
All right. Well, I didn't watch the Emmys. Did you?
I didn't know it was on. I watched that other one.
Apparently, it was on MLK Day, and black people was winning left and right.
That's not right.
And they said,
don't give us awards because
we probably would have liked the show. We could watch rerun, I guess. It was a lot of nostalgia. They brought a lot of the older people from the shows that we watch out.
Aww.
Yeah. 227, Martin, they came out, the cast of Martin, like a lot of nostalgia.
They were saying how Tisha looked really nice, glamorous. She had her black dress on, her hair down.
Yeah, she don't normally look good. She don't look good.
I know.
She done got rid of her husband, and now she looking better.
She been got rid of him, though.
But I'm saying this is the first time we like really seeing her.
Oh, okay.
But it says, come to slay Quinta Brunson, which is you love Abbott Elementary.
Mm-hmm. They come back in February.
She made history. She won. They said that a black woman in the leading comedy hasn't won in since 1980 something. So she made history by.
Who's won? Who was the first?
Well, I'll read on
comedy. Okay.
I knew you was gonna ask me. Don't anything.
Well,
extra.
You said that she broke a record. You want to know who did it first?
Well, I'll read it in the article because I didn't watch the show. I said I didn't watch the show.
Okay.
See how she gonna be like.
If you're gonna give information like that, I want to sit there and go, well, who won before Quinta?
Right.
Go ahead.
The Martin cast reunite, which is what I said, and Niecy Nash goes viral. Now you're gonna say, how did she go viral?
She made a comment about, I'm thanking myself.
She should thank herself.
She said, I thank myself at the end of her speech.
The award ceremony was hosted by Anthony Anderson. Now I did watch his thing when he said they're not gonna play you off this year. My mom is gonna come out. You know his mother.
She's a handful.
And while he was doing his opening monologue, she came out and told him he was too long.
Oh, they like that dynamic because she's everywhere with him.
Yeah,
every show he's on.
Yeah, so she is gonna, instead of getting played off,
the mom comes out.
Right, she's gonna come out and tell you it's time.
Oh my God!
Tap you on your shoulder and say it's time to get off.
Son, come on.
He said when she comes out, just thank Jesus or God or whatever you was gonna thank, and then leave.
So they have her come doing that.
That's what he said.
Oh, I gotta watch it.
It says that let me see. Big winners was Succession, which I haven't seen, and The Bear. I keep seeing that show.
The Bear since the Golden Globe. The Bear won a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They both won 6 Emmys each.
So we got to watch The Bear. It's a series, right?
It's a series. Mm-hmm. Recap, they said, let me see. Oh, Gambino was there. He got a new song coming out. I think he got a new series coming out too. Taraji P. Henson was graced the carpet in purple gown. They talking about what they was wearing. So she was there. Okay. I saw T.S. Madison there. There's your girl, Shirley Raff. She was there. And Niecy Nash.
She in her little dress. Her dress looked like the other ones.
Which ones?
Her dress is a black version of what's her name?
It looks like everybody doing the flare out thing. Now I don't know what Issa had on. Issa or Issa? Her fans will kill you if you say the wrong way. She was on some show and a fan said Issa or Issa or something. And the crowd booed them because they didn't say her name right. And she was like, everybody calm down. It's okay. They was going to kill the lady because she didn't say the name right. And she had to
calm them down.
Calm the crowd down.
They're so ignorant.
Quincy Bronson, which we said kicks off the favorites who took home the gold and left an iconic Emmy moment on Monday evening. The 34-year-old won the award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. To note, Bronson's win is for her role in the television series Abbott Elementary. Additionally, her Emmy win makes her the first Black woman to win an award. Now, this answers your question. Since Isabel Stanford won.
Oh, from the Jeffersons.
From the Jeffersons in 1981.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Wow.
So, are we going to get it every 50 years?
I don't know, because how many have been in those roles since then, though?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a reunion for the cast of the 90s sitcom Martin. Now, I posted that, where they always sitting around on the couch.
Yeah.
And Martin
reminiscing.
They
brought Snoop out. They brought, what's his name? I can't think of him that's adopted. Skinny.
I don't know.
Oh, I can't think of his name.
But Martin.
Tommy Lee. I mean,
Tommy
Davidson.
Oh, okay. What's his name? Cole.
Yeah.
I saw that. He was like, I got my speech ready. He thought he was being funny, thinking we're here to accept. Obviously, they've never won an Emmy. And then that's when, what's her name? Martin, Gina. Mm-hmm. What's her name? Mm-hmm. She said, we've never won. We've never even been nominated. And the audience was like, what? Martin has never been nominated for an Emmy.
Very funny show.
So they talked about that, but Martin was like, I'm just happy to be here.
His characters he played. I think he played at least 10 characters.
Yeah. Now they said, I thought when Martin came out, something seemed different about him.
Mm-hmm.
People would wonder, did he have a stroke?
Like he's slower?
Like one half his face don't move or something?
I don't know.
He would never tell anybody.
Because he did the movie, right? They just finished the movie Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. And I don't think he would tell anybody because they always want to work in Hollywood.
Jamie Foxx hasn't. Is he back?
Yeah, same thing. Jamie won't tell everybody.
Real private with their sick.
Because they won't work. They know people won't call them.
And think about it though, legally, they don't have to disclose.
He don't have to say nothing.
HIPAA laws could protect them.
And you know what? The same thing I just said about Eddie Murphy. He doesn't have to do anything. He's Martin.
That's true.
He doesn't have to do anything anymore.
They've already set the
bar.
Yeah. So it's like Richard Pryor and Red Fox. And
I don't have to do anything. Mm-hmm. But people have short attention spans now. That's what I told you. And they stupid.
That's why we
so
can't
when
worry
you say
about what people
who
say.
has a funny show, if you say Martin, they'll go, get out of here. Come on. It's funny whether you may not like it or not.
There's not that many shows out there now that's like that.
Yeah.
I can't think of one currently because everything's YouTube as well, like you're saying.
Is there another Martin show?
No. It's not.
Has it been one since he's been out there?
No. Wow.
Has there been a show like Martin?
No.
Jamie came close, but he didn't really
Jamie
play.
Foxx.
He didn't play characters and stuff.
Not like Martin.
Martin, I don't think it's been another one like Martin.
Wow.
Is it?
That's current.
Or not even current. Since Martin.
Since him. Okay.
Nah. So he set the bar.
Okay.
And anybody who tries to come now, they're going to compare him to Martin. They're going to be like, you trying to be like Martin.
And if you have made a print in the sand, where people now are referencing you're like so and so.
Yes,
you act like Red Fox.
Yes.
Oh, you like what's her name?
Yes,
that's good.
Yes. So. As much as we don't like, we talk about him. The Cosby Show.
Yeah. I don't think there's been a Cosby Show like that. A family. They try.
It hasn't been one.
Wow.
The bar is set. Now he sprinkling stuff in people's drinks. That's not Dr. Huxtable.
Heathcliff Huxtable.
Yeah, that's not Huxtable. Niecy Nash gives viral acceptance speech. That's what you said.
Yeah.
The final iconic moment of the night is Niecy Nash winning her first Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actress.
And what show is this? Because she's in so many.
in a series.
That FBI one?
Nash took home the award for her role in Netflix Dahmer.
What?
Oh, remember she was Dahmer. She was in Dahmer.
What's she doing, Dahmer?
No,
that's right.
She was in Dahmer.
She was in Dahmer.
Yeah.
That's right. She talked about the making of it. Okay.
And I did see the video of Sherry Shepherd watching it. Did you see that?
No.
Because, they friends. They best friends. Mm-hmm. And Sherry Shepherd was watching live as Niecy Nash won. Mm-hmm. And she was screaming and yelling in her house and stuff, saying, go girl, friends. Mm-hmm. Nash also served up some realness when she thanked herself during her acceptance speech.
Mm-hmm. She thanked the Almighty above. She thanked her partner. She thanked the people that work with her. And she thanked herself.
Okay. So she did. She thanked herself.
You can do whatever, I guess.
I don't blame her.
As long as you ain't doing a Will Smith thing, hey, say whatever you want to say.
Oh, you mean somebody coming up there?
Yeah, somebody physically doing something.
Now, they showed, there's parts I did see. I saw Cara Burnett was the one that gave Quinta. You know her name. Quinta. Her award. Can you imagine?
She probably was touched.
She was like the Cara Burnett of it all. She was like,
I'm sure she watched Cara Burnett growing up.
If you are a comedian, I am a comedian. And you if you're like her comedian, not the ones that get up and talk about booties and breasts and all that stuff. Right. The one you say most black women comedians. Yeah. They always make the black women comedian nasty.
Real vulgar.
But I'm talking about the silly ones like me.
Yeah, they can do, well, that's why I said Monique was unique.
Monique. You talking about her stand-up?
Monique.
You talking about her show?
I'm saying she was still versatile.
Oh, yeah.
She did stand-up.
She does both.
And she did slapstick comedy on the Parkers.
She
Jason,
did.
What's his name?
Monique did silly. Monique was, yes. What is wrong with Monique?
She had a talk show.
Yes.
Like, what's his name? Big Head.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, she had everybody was on that show.
Monique is unique. You're right.
Wow.
Monique could go both.
Yes.
She could be filthy, stand up, or she could be silly slapstick.
Thank you.
So this is what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. The silly part.
Yeah.
You love Cara Burnett.
Yes. You should.
You love I Love Lucy.
Yes.
That's a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
So to have Cara Burnett give you your award, no wonder she was like in awe.
Yes. And she's a cool person. Every time I see her in interviews and stuff, she seems like a very down-to-earth person.
I have yet to watch the show, but you love it.
I love Abbott Elementary.
She loves Abbott Elementary.
It's nice, clean, funny. It's just, and then they got the kids. When you always incorporate kids, you got a black janitor. You know you're going to get some laughs with a black janitor.
Isn't he from Chicago or somewhere?
He went to school with, what's her name's mom?
He's from here, right?
I don't know where he's from. I just know they went to school together.
Okay.
They went to Lincoln University.
Well, we'll be talking about Lincoln University, but yeah.
Go ahead.
Let's see what everybody's saying. Justice for All says, hey, ladies, Raw was the best. We were talking about Eddie Murphy. Mm-hmm. Emerald says, hey, ladies. Christopher says, hello, everyone. Yes, I thought the same about Martin. Looks strange. Yeah. It's something going on. Maybe it's an allergic reaction, or I'm hoping it's not a stroke or nothing. Maybe he just have maybe he's on some medicine or something. But he's still Martin.
No matter.
He could be whatever he wants to be.
When Muhammad Ali was coming out like this,
he was still Muhammad Ali.
Still Muhammad Ali, the greatest fighter.
That's right.
Come on.
Everybody saying hi to each other. Justice says, hey, Wendy, I really enjoyed the trivia last Friday. I know some people could barely hear.
I know. But we're going to try to make it better.
Well, I don't know if it's Wendy's mic.
Yeah.
She said hopefully she got another mic. Christopher says, Martin's show was the best. I still watch reruns.
Still do.
I would agree about the Cosby Show as well. Iconic. She was the neighbor. Who was the neighbor? Who were we talking about? I forgot who we was talking about, y'all. Professor. Dahmer. Niecy Nash was the neighbor.
Lord Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. Christopher says Professor Ogilvy was Monique's love interest.
Mr. Ogilvy. She was married to him.
Professor
Ogilvy. That's her husband.
Christopher says, yes, Abbott Elementary is great. And Emerald says, I still love Carol Burnett. I still watch reruns of her comedy show.
I'm so glad we had the time together just to laugh and sing a song. Seems we've all get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.
And she talked about why she did that.
Yeah.
To a relative or somebody that was sick or something. I can't remember, y'all.
She just kept closing with it.
Oh, she's so funny.
Yes.
Carol Burnett show. Okay, so I know she gave Quinta her thing.
I'm going to go back and watch it.
I'm going to go back and watch because they said it was a lot of nostalgia.
I just don't
227, Marla Gibbs.
Oh, because she still lives.
90, Marla Gibbs, 92.
Wow. My mom would always say she reminds her of
our grandmother.
My mama would always say Marla Gibbs' look remind her of her grandmother. Our grandmother's mom.
No, our grandmother said it.
Yeah, I thought Mama said it.
No, Mama never seen her grandmother.
Oh, my mother
yeah.
Said oh, Grandma said that.
Whenever she would come on, whenever 227 or the Jeffersons would come on, she would say that's my mom, my
younger look of her.
So I said she must look like her then or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So
okay,
yeah. So I was trying to get you while you kept going. You still kept going down that lane. My mother's mother, grandmother said, "No, it's the grandmother. My mom's grandmother. No, our grandmother. My mom's grandmother's mother. No, it's our grandmother."
Mama said that our grandmother.
My sister's mother's grandfather. No. It's our grandmother said her mother.
Okay. I thought Mama said it. Okay.
No.
Mama said. Okay.
There'll be days like this. Who did that one?
Mama said. Where Wendy at? Wendy could tell us.
What song?
She's a trivia
Mama
queen.
said
there'll be days like this. There'll be days.
Who is that?
That was a female group. Mama said.
If y'all know who did that. Pumpkin said, I love Bill Cosby.
I do too. I still watch him.
Y'all thing be going so fast on TikTok. I'm glad I saw that. Because I don't see y'all stuff.
Yeah,
y'all can come to YouTube if y'all want to see what we see.
Okay.
But yeah, it goes quick on TikTok, so I don't see everything.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So
Emmy, but again, before we leave, I do have an issue with MLK Day. You make the decision to give it to a lot of black people that day.
Well,
I like people to earn it.
They all earned it though.
I know, but still, I mean, it looks like you're trying to do favors.
I know it does.
And clean up the comments that's been made by Nikki Haley and
the only
DeSantis
time
changing slavery being taught.
The only time that I get mad is if they give it. And I'm like, they didn't deserve that.
What they did that year,
Halle Berry.
My opinion with Halle and Denzel.
Halle Berry didn't deserve it, and Denzel Washington deserved it the year before.
Movie, yeah.
He deserved it for Malcolm X, but they gave it to him for Training Day.
I mean,
when he plays no good hoodlum.
You had a meme on Facebook about name the top 5 Denzel movie.
It's hard.
Girl, I Googled. That man was in so many movies.
Yeah,
I said, etc.
Yeah.
Etc.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Denzel.
Emerald says, you two are infamous for reminding people of how old they are. Laugh out loud. Yeah, we are. Especially the post that I put on there. Mm-hmm. The post I put. Emerald be answering everything. I like Emerald be in the community section answering everything.
Yep.
All right, y'all. So that's that.
Okay.
All right. You know we got to do it. I know y'all don't like it, but it is what it is. Oh, Mama said by the Shirelles.
I knew it was a female group, a black group. So Shirelles, Ma.
I know y'all don't want to talk about it, but we have to talk about it.
They had the caucus yesterday.
The caucus was yesterday.
In the state of Iowa, which Jimmy Kimmel was making a joke when he goes to the streets.
What did he say?
He goes to the streets and he asks the public.
He does or somebody else?
This person.
Oh,
it's from his show.
I was gonna say.
And it shows the ignorance of our country. People that walk by. Can you point to this state and tell me where's Iowa?
Yeah.
Nobody knew where Iowa was.
No. They asked them.
Didn't you learn that in school?
No. They asked them all kind of
questions. We
had
to learn the capitals of every state. No. Oh
just
my God, so embarrassing.
Just like Fox News wants to so bad to show black people support Trump. They always go into the most ghettoest area and they talk to the black
with
people,
no teeth. And
we love Trump. Because he know how to get it done. He know how to get it done. It's they love, and then they come back and say, black people love Trump.
Now, Jonathan, what's Jonathan's last name? The news guy. He sits in for Georgia Stephanopoulos, and he does the news updates. He said that one thing about Trump has a crossover as far as the type of audience he has. He has all ages and race. He hits all groups.
Yeah.
He don't have just one group like all white men, all old people. No, he hits young, blacks, Hispanics. He hits them. So whether we like it or not, go ahead.
Justice Frost says, and Halle Berry deserved it for Dorothy Dandridge. Yeah. Not for the one they gave it to her for.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Bunster's Ball or
we all know Trump won the Iowa caucus.
Yeah.
We knew that. Yeah. We knew he was going to win.
But that's not true as far as we didn't know that because they still brought up when Cruz won. Cruz, when he was running, he won Iowa caucus, but he did not win the as president. That's when Trump won.
Yeah.
So we can't always, that's why I said be careful with the numbers when the media gives it out. Like he's winning, everyone. He got the caucus, most of the votes in Iowa. I see what you're saying, but Cruz got it last time. Go ahead.
Right.
I want people like Wendy to not get like this.
Trump notches a commanding win in the Iowa caucuses as DeSantis edges Haley for second place. Let me tell you why this is significant. Kind of different than what you were saying. They were saying they're usually really conservative with like life and all of that. People actually thought DeSantis would do better than Trump in Iowa.
He did better than Haley.
Right, because these people, like I said, pro-life. No, we ain't talking about exceptions or nothing. So they were surprised that even the evangelicals voted for Trump. They still was even though they had DeSantis there, they voted for Trump. So they said that was a surprise. For even Trump didn't think he was going to get the evangelicals in Iowa. And that's for him, that made him feel like that means they're going to vote for me all over the country then. So it says former President Donald Trump scored a record-setting win in Iowa caucuses on Monday with his rivals far behind, a victory that affirmed his grip on the 2024 Republican presidential nomination. Now, it was the lowest turnout in quarter century because of that cold. It was very cold and windy. It says threatening cold and dangerous driving conditions to meet in hundreds of schools, churches, and community centers across the state. But those who ventured out delivered a roughly 30-point win for Trump that smashed the record for a contested Iowa Republican caucus, with a margin of victory exceeding Bob Dole, who nearly had 13 points ahead. I'm Bob Dole. Remember he had the pen in his hand? Bob Dole.
They're saying with this, you would think Nikki Haley and DeSantis would step back because if they continue and even bumping each other, that's going to make Trump win.
And that's the thing that you got to look. To me, that's why he's going to win the Republican nomination. Because we thought it was going to be so clear who was in second place that the other ones would drop out. And they didn't. Nikki Haley and DeSantis was too close. And she's winning in New Hampshire and another state somewhere.
Right.
In the polls.
And they're not doing supposedly what some news people are saying. DeSantis and Haley are not even doing well in their own states.
No.
So, come on.
So that's why they feel like Trump is going to win. Because Nikki Haley and DeSantis are going to continue to split the vote. And then he's going to continue to go on. Now, Kumatana dropped out.
He had no choice. Ramaswamy.
Akuma Matata. That's the way it should be.
Ramaswamy.
Trump didn't like me, so I had to leave.
You would think this happens in even local government, that people's pride. This happens in church.
Yep.
You would think as much as how many church splits and pastors like, I'm gonna do my own. why wouldn't, if you really, really sincerely do not want this person in office to mess with democracy or whatever their reasons are, you two would get in the back room and talk.
They're not.
And say, you know what, we need to probably both sit down.
They're not running to win. That's why. They both running. Nikki Haley's getting a lot of money from the different groups. Mm-hmm. And DeSantis wants to keep being the governor of Florida. He wants to keep his name out there, keep talking about all the stuff. This is free press for him to run for governor because he keeps talking about what he's doing in his state. So neither one of them. It
caused the whole democracy to fall with this Trump in office because you're one little state. You may even fall for that one.
It said Trump finished with 51% of the vote. Governor Ron DeSantis 21%, and UN Ambassador Nikki Haley 19%. The results left Trump with a tighter grip on the GOP nomination, though it could take several more months for anyone to formally become a party's standard bearer. So there you go.
We'll see. And I always wondered, like Sarah touched on it a little bit, why Iowa is set up that way, because historically they've always had their caucus that way.
It said, having repeatedly vowed vengeance against his political opponents in recent months, Trump offered a message of unity in his victory speech. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
We're going to do this together. Yeah. We're all going to
We want to come together. Whether it's Republican or Democrat or liberal or conservative, he said. We're going to come together and it's going to happen soon. Understand?
While he talking, what?
Where Kennedy, ask not what you can do for your country, but what that's not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. All of these, 7 years ago, all of these wonderful messages of hope, from Obama and Clinton
and the Bush
and Trump. We're gonna come together whether you like it or not.
His speeches is not even the same.
All right, neither here or there. Patty cake, Baker Smith. Roll it up, and put it in the pan. You got it? That sounds familiar. Did you get that from? I didn't get that from anybody else. They steal from me.
And that's the ego you will have in office.
And I'm going to tell you something. Although I'm not talking about it tonight, this gets me closer to revenge. And once I get in the office, the hammer's coming down.
You know I'm going to be remind him he's going to be dictator for one day.
I got 1 day to be a dictator.
And that could change. All the news people was like,
I'm doing everything in 1 day.
He may like that dictatorship for that 1 day.
Excuse me, sir, you said you was only going to be a dictator for 1 day. Well, I kind of like it.
I'm staying here.
Maybe a week. I'll be a dictator for 1 week. Then 1 week comes. Sir, excuse me, sir. You said you was only going to do a week. I kind of like it.
See?
1 month. I'll do it for 1 month.
Isn't that scary? That's scary. That's scaring a lot of Americans. They're like, oh my God.
Let's open up those alien files.
Okay.
Let's get the American people to know what's going on around here.
All right.
So DeSantis first heads to South Carolina. That's what you said, Nikki Haley's place. A conservative stronghold where the February 24th contest could prove pivotal. He will head later to New Hampshire. So he's going to where Nikki Haley is now leading.
Popular.
So he can,
get stir up some people.
And he's not as stiff as he used to be. They getting him going.
He wearing those high heel boots.
And you know what?
Making him feel like higher.
He wearing Prince boots.
Make him tall.
And this is helping him. And his governor, that's what I'm saying.
Courage.
Yeah, this is like a trial run for him, for governor again. I've gotten better. I'm not as stiff anymore,
Okay.
So there you go. Because of your support, in spite of all what they threw at us, we got our ticket punched out of Iowa, DeSantis told his supporters. Mm-hmm. So there you go.
Oh, Lord. What's next?
And Vivek Kumakama is gone.
Ramaswamy.
We don't have to listen to him no more.
Has he made any comments about the Trump kind of dogging him?
No, I told you what he said about that.
That was it? Nothing else?
No, he not saying nothing about Trump. He's scared.
Okay.
Let's see. Emerald says, Bill Cosby will always be a favorite of my childhood. Fat Albert, I Spy, Black Hornet. Dad is great. He gives us chocolate cake, The Cosby Show, and all his contributions to various organizations. Yeah, definitely HBCUs.
They stripped him.
People wasn't even talking about HBCUs.
One gift that he gave to the school. Didn't they give that back? They stripped him from when he had the accusations and he was actually went to jail.
Oh, okay.
It was something, that they didn't.
Well, the Drake and Mos Def.
What is he saying?
We now have Yoselin Bey, I think he calls himself now. We now have or Yasin. I'm probably saying the name wrong.
Yasin Bey.
Yasin Bey.
Is that his real name?
That's his name now. Formerly Mos Def when he was a rapper.
Okay.
It says has racked up years of credibility in rap since launching his career in 1994. On a new episode of fashion podcast, The Cutting Room Floor, he was asked if he considered Drake to be hip hop, a question that clearly stressed him out. When she asked him that question, he said, "Why are you doing this to me?" He knew that his answer was going to be controversial. He didn't have to answer.
He could have said, "I'd rather not say."
He began by answering saying, Drake is pop to me. In a sense, like if I was in Target in Houston, I would hear a Drake song.
But that's unfair to the hip hop artists because you would hear a hip hop song too.
If it feels like a lot of his music is compatible with shopping or shopping with an edge.
I disagree with
in
that.
certain instances. He said it's likable. You could tell he wasn't feeling it.
But I'm just saying, don't compare it to. I wish he had found another comparison because there are a lot of hip hop artists. When I'm in Target or Walmart, I hear their music.
Well, that you starting with the
so they're blending into pop. Is that what it is?
You kind of saying what he's saying. He said, "What happens when this thing collapses?" He talking about hip hop. What happens when the columns start buckling? Are we not in some early stage of that at this present hour? Are we seeing the collapse of the empire, buying and selling? Where's the message that I can use? What's in it for your audience apart from banging pom-poms? So I understand. Let me tell you, I see both points to this.
Right.
To this
Nicki
argument,
Minaj was kind of screaming about that, wasn't she?
Well, hers
was categorized as pop,
right? And she keeps saying it's rap, it's not pop, but she is pop, even though she don't like it.
I'm thinking mainstream is Target and Walmart when your music is playing.
That's all pop means.
You got grandpa listening to Mary J. Blige. Who would have never heard her if she was just in a little category like this?
I think what's happening is music is changing now.
Yes.
And I think people who are stuck back in the day, they're stuck in the past.
They don't want to change with it.
You're in the past, man. That's what I always tell you. You're stuck in the past, man.
I know I am.
It's not like back in the day. Remember, jazz was jazz.
Remember,
gospel was gospel.
Al Jarreau got dogged out for his music being mainstream. You're not no jazz.
You're not jazz anymore.
That's not it. And they were like, really? He came back in a concert,
right?
And let them know I still get it. I can jazz it and mainstream it.
I think what's happening is because it's pop. When pop came along, all pop means is that it's popular. That's all.
That's it.
It doesn't change, in my opinion.
The genre of the.
It doesn't change the artist.
Yes.
The artist is still who they are, but maybe a song or maybe an album or something was popular. So that makes it pop. So I think that's what Nicki Minaj was saying. I'm not a pop singer. I'm a rapper. I'm still hip hop,
but
some of my songs, some of my songs are pop music. It's popular, and I think that's Drake. So Drake shared Method Man on his timeline. Method Man gave his thought on what hip hop is.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of to go opposite of what Mos Def was saying. And this looks old, so it don't look like it's current Method Man.
So he was trying to
Hip hop is a culture. It's a way of life. The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk. It's the break dancing, the rhymes, the stage show. Hip hop is a culture. It's a way of life. The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk. It's the break dancing, the rhymes, the stage show. Hip hop.
So, in other words, Drake was probably trying to answer. I just call him Mos Def, even though his new name is what did we say?
Yasin something.
Yasin Bey.
Yasin Bey.
But everybody knows him as Mos Def.
He's Mos Def. So.
I think he was trying to answer him back by saying hip hop is what is the culture.
It's a culture.
It's who you are.
Dress, eat, the way you
I'm
dance,
hip hop.
the way you walk.
So if I say wearing this is hip hop, that's hip hop.
You are an artist that's bringing that to hip hop, to bringing that in the. I don't like when we categorize people and we put titles on them.
But you have to give awards and put them into sections in the music.
But then again, Nicki Minaj is not understanding if she's still beefing with that. When you are in a pop category, is she upset because she don't consider herself.
She can't win.
It's harder to win when you're going against Taylor Swift.
I'm going against Beyonce or Taylor. I'll never win an award. If you keep putting my song with Taylor Swift and Beyonce, I'll never win.
That's true.
But if you put me with rap artists, I'll win.
Okay. That's
what she's saying. She's right.
That's a hard one.
But here's the thing.
Because I see both ways.
But here's the thing. Drake wins in pop.
I know.
If you that good, you that good.
You just that good. Drake is. Mos Def, when did you win something recently?
Well, I don't know. He's one of the best rappers ever.
I'm still, no. Mom knows Drake. Mom don't know Mos Def.
That's because he's not pop.
No, I'm just saying, even in an artist that he's in, that's put him in his category. Mom still don't know. For me personally,
I know, whatever.
For
he's
me
conscious
personally,
rap. That's conscious
if you are and that too.
Yeah.
If you mainstream crossover, I'm like, whoa.
Right.
If I know you,
right.
I know the artists, the rap artists that you always name because you name them.
But a lot of times they're not going to push out rap artists who are conscious because they don't. You talking about
step on toes,
or you talking about black people pulling yourself up?
I know Mos Def.
They'll put out a rap artist that's shooting somebody.
I know Mos Def from TV and movies.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
But anyway,
like Coolio. I don't know.
Oh, cool. Yeah, okay.
I know him
Coolio.
from the movies and stuff. But go ahead.
Well, that song, he only had like one song.
Oh,
as I walk through the valley on the side of a I take a look at my life and because I've been but I ain't never
right.
Okay. But I understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
Now let me put it in your world and you'll understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
When BB and CC came out and they had their song, and we said, it's what I live for, or whatever. People
I'm lost without you.
Who are you talking about?
Easy to see. I'm lost without you. Because it's a gospel. So you assume that they're
talking about God. Gospel?
That's gospel.
But why is it gospel?
It's contemporary gospel.
Why is it gospel?
Because their song,
no, it's because of them. Why is that a gospel song?
Artist.
Because of the artist.
No. Because Kelly Price did a gospel album. No, because...
No, that song, them. Why is that song, that album, considered gospel? Because of BB and CC.
No, it's not always the artist. Aretha Franklin
not always
did a gospel.
them.
You're using a bad example.
No, them. Talk about them.
Okay.
Why is that album considered gospel?
For that particular album, because they're gospel
That's what
artists.
I'm saying.
But using Aretha Franklin, who does the gospel.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg did a gospel. We can't do that no more.
No.
We can't lock people in. No, I get what you're saying. But if it's about the artists are now trying to do other things. I know you did a gospel album and won a Stellar Award.
You proving my point. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't know what the point is.
I didn't start it off yet. I started with that main point. that album with BB and CC was considered gospel.
That's cut and dry.
Because of them.
That's cut and dry.
Now, when Snoop does a gospel album,
which he's done,
we're not considering him a gospel artist.
Exactly.
We're just saying he's doing a gospel album.
His project is a gospel
So that's kind of what Drake, I think.
Drake is saying?
Saying when he posted Method Man.
Oh.
It's me. I'm the hip hop artist,
and this is
so whatever
I'm working on
is considered hip hop.
Because Drake can go and do a gospel album.
He's still be considered
hip hop artist.
That's what I'm saying.
I get it.
So that see how you be starting. I was trying to give a point.
I thought you was trying to do Mos Def's argument.
No.
Mos Def is missing the mark on this one.
I'm saying like BB and CC. We chose to do an album that didn't even mention Jesus in it.
Right.
But that's still considered a gospel album.
Because they're gospel artists.
You know them as gospel artists.
Okay.
I think, can't speak for Drake, but I think that's what he's saying.
Okay.
So if I want to sing on an album, if I want to tap dance or whatever, how he does things differently.
His label and who he is goes with him in whatever project he works on.
Whatever project.
Okay.
Just like Andre 3000 just released one. Was it a flute? What was that he was playing, y'all? A flute or something?
You know what?
It was.
Like Lizzo?
But he didn't sing, he didn't rap in it. It was just a flute or something. It's hip hop because it's Andre 3000.
But I'm
not walking away saying that's a classical guy.
No, but you're saying the artist still is who he is, but he may be doing a jazz album.
Right.
He may be doing an instrumental orchestra kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I think the argument is, and it's been blowing up all over the internet. What I understand what Mos Def is saying is, are we watching the collapse of something? Because if everybody did what BB and CC did, and it became a trend to put out a gospel album where you don't even mention Jesus or getting saved or God, is that starting to be the collapse of gospel music? I understand what he's saying, because it's being done so much to where it's like, where's gospel? Where's talking about Jesus?
But he's not talking about gospel, which is a message. He's talking about him being considered pop.
Yeah.
Pop is still general. That's not going to break down. That's not going to fall by the wayside. Nothing's going to happen to pop, Mos Def. No matter who.
No, he's talking about hip hop.
No, nothing's going to happen to pop if a hip hop artist has been thrown in that category.
Not happens to hip hop. I mean, pop. What happens to hip hop? Yeah.
Oh no,
he's on the other side.
I see what he's saying, but he don't have to worry about that. Because hip hop is a culture.
I think I agree with him in a sense, because
rap is different.
But the only
hip hop is different.
The only thing they doing now is they pushing out the same type of songs, and it's not really edifying or lifting up the culture or anything. Like, if that's all you see, and then when you have a major artist like Drake, and all he sings about is dancing and singing, when are we ever going to get back to what hip hop really should be?
What is hip hop?
Hip hop is what Method Man said.
Hip hop to me is not rap.
No,
hip hop. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what Method Man said.
We all got different definitions of Mos Def. If he's Mos Def is saying, and it's his old name. I'm sorry, I don't know his new name. Yasin. I hear this argument all the time with the artists out there. Hip hop, rap, even in rap, within rap. Will Smith was considered not hardcore rap, bubblegum rap. We even classify them within the group. Hip hop to me is a little bit beyond rap. It's a culture. It's a style that can change and blend. Let hip hop blend as it is. Rap, I get it. When you say that ain't no rap song, he ain't even talking. He just singing a little melody or the flute. So I get what you're saying. You can kind of look at it both ways. Leave hip hop alone. Hip hop don't have a standard look and feel and flow. To me, hip hop is infused. It's different. You know, that's what I'm saying. And I think hip hop is new, right? Hip hop hasn't been 50 years.
50 years.
But rap has been part of hip hop.
Yeah.
So we blending in it. So if he can get upset about that,
I don't think he was getting upset.
Not upset, but getting concerned.
I think he's getting concerned
being
because
watered down.
Right now, like even the blues. At one time, blues was mainstream. The blues was mainstream. It was the main music of what we would listen to in this country. Mm-hmm. And then jazz was too. So if I hear somebody who's a jazz artist say, I feel like it's being kind of watered down now. Like we're losing it. It's so mainstream now to where true jazz enthusiasts are like, I miss the days of real, like, cultural jazz. Like, now it's so, watered down now to where anybody's listening to it. I understand what he's saying.
Yeah. I think that only comes with the award shows when they have to classify it. And then people get upset like a Nicki Minaj. Now you put me in a group or a category.
Yeah.
But out there, it is what it is and the style that it is. But once you start pulling it into awarding it now,
right?
Now you're like, I'm putting a label on that and a label. And that's what causes the messiness and the blending and the muddy. Where out there, they are hip hop artists, they are rap artists, jazz. Like I said, Al Jarreau got dogged out for his mainstream song, but he had to let the people know in the jazz world, I am still a jazz artist.
Okay.
So I get it.
All right. So anyway,
talk about music all
I
day.
just feel like it's not. I'm not shunning him for saying it.
Yeah.
It's just that, and to me, it's an argument that's worth having in the hip hop community.
They've been having
what is considered now hip hop versus, is it like I said, you looking at the artist? So whatever he does is hip hop, or are you looking at it like that? The artist did that, but that's not hip hop. So I don't know. You could go either way with that.
I like how you gave the example of the artist. It's the artist wherever he goes. He can go do country songs.
But the problem with that is when I said BB and CC, they did one album. What if everything they do is like that album?
They're still gospel.
See how long? After a while, are people going to say, you know what? I'm no longer considering them gospel anymore. They pop artists. They no longer gospel because they don't even talk about Jesus.
I don't think that'll happen with gospel.
I don't know.
I honestly don't think.
Well, nobody has done that.
But nobody needs to, because a gospel artist will always sing the message of God, whether he says it or not. They're always a gospel artist. They're not a secular artist. They're labeled.
No, I feel like arguing about it.
No, I see what you're saying, but I don't think that's going to happen with gospel.
You don't know. With these young people coming up, somebody could be a gospel artist, and then every album they do could not even talk about Jesus.
It's a secular album.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That has happened.
I'm not going to say that's not going to ever happen.
Oh, I'm just saying, maybe I'm not understanding what you're meaning.
What if right now, let's just use somebody, for example, Kurt Franklin. Let's say from this moment on, Kurt Franklin does music that don't even talk about Jesus. But he's still Kurt Franklin. So we still like, okay, that's Kurt Franklin. After about the 10th album, are we going to start saying, I don't think he's a gospel artist anymore. He's a pop artist. He makes music that's popular. He's no longer a gospel artist because he don't even talk about Jesus anymore.
I know that hasn't
That's
happened.
what I'm saying. So that's what Mos Def is saying with Drake. He's so far removed now. Every album that he's done has been pop. So that's all I'm saying. Okay. That's kind of what he's saying. He don't consider him a hip hop artist anymore. He considers him a pop artist. But people are arguing and saying that's not fair.
That's not true,
because he does still sprinkle in hip hop. Mm-hmm. His albums aren't all just singing and dancing. He does rap in them. So
I like I said, you gave the example of how Drake can still be remaining a hip hop artist, even though his music has transcended over into the pop world.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Justice for All says hip hop existed until gangster rap came along. See, and what Justice is saying is what I said. It's not cut and dry. A lot of people feel like hip hop was there, and then when gangster rap came, and then like the rap that's now, that doesn't edify, it doesn't lift up, it doesn't do anything for our culture. People don't consider that hip hop. They like, that's not hip hop. I don't know what that is. That's rap. That ain't hip hop.
In my mind, I see them as two different groups.
See,
rap and hip hop.
Yeah.
Because hip hop is Mary J. Blige. She don't rap.
See, that's what I'm saying.
So I don't know.
What is hip hop? That's always been the argument.
I like what Method Man said. A lot of people have said what he said.
The clothes, the style, the culture, everything.
Yeah.
So even, and then people can call what you were saying, Justice. Some people can say even negative. That's still part of the culture.
Yeah. That's true.
So,
Go ahead.
Emerald says Jelly Roll went from one genre to a whole different one.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll was the one, that white guy I mentioned, that went from hip hop to country.
What's her name? Went from gospel to country / pop.
Right.
That I was trying to think. I have decided gonna live like a believer. Her. That's an example. Amy Grant.
Yeah.
Now, that's probably an example of what you're saying.
That's what Mos Def is saying.
But to me, she's not a gospel artist anymore.
But that's what he's saying.
She's crossed into a whole nother category.
Now you understand what Mos Def is saying. He's saying,
but is that okay? That's okay.
He didn't say it was bad. He said he's a pop artist.
But he's saying, why you got me saying this? Like he knows it's going to be negative.
He knows it's going to be controversial because people don't call Drake a pop artist. They call him a rapper, hip hop.
And some people call Amy Grant still a gospel artist because that's all they know about her.
Yeah,
they don't
crack me up when you come up later on and go, "Oh no!"
I had to think about it because I'm like, when you said Kurt Franklin and BBCC, they're still considered gospel artists. But Amy Grant is the one.
Because they haven't done what Amy Grant did.
Right.
That's what we're saying.
Okay.
That's kind of what Justice is saying with Jelly Roll.
Okay.
You literally don't sing hip hop anymore. You sing country.
But think about Jelly Roll's old stuff. That's going to follow him.
It is.
Amy Grant's gospel album going to follow her.
Yeah.
Either she can sing country music or she won't.
Yeah.
Okay.
But some people may disagree with you and say they still consider her a gospel artist.
They might.
See?
But if let's just say, for example, her faith, she falls away and don't believe in Christ no more. Are you still calling her a gospel artist?
There you go.
That's something to think about.
Emerald says hip hop will never die, ever. And yeah, that's what Mos Def is concerned about.
Okay.
And Justice says, what happened to R&B? That's another one.
What's his name?
What's considered R&B?
Who was it that was protecting R&B?
Chris Brown said, I'm an R&B singer.
It wasn't Keith Sweat. Who was it?
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, him.
But Chris Brown is mad when you don't call him an R&B singer.
That's what he is.
I don't see Chris Brown as an R&B singer. I see him as a pop singer like Michael Jackson.
No. I thought you explained pop. To me, I like your example. They're considered a R&B artist who happened that song or that album made it into the pop world because everybody's listening to it. It's popular. But he's still an R&B artist.
So what is Michael Jackson in?
R&B. Pop.
No. One. Don't say pop. What is he?
You know what? That's a good
Get out of here. No, it's not.
No, that's a good one because anything Michael Jackson does is popular.
All right, what is Beyonce?
He's a pop artist.
What is Beyonce?
Pop.
Okay, she's not R&B.
Taylor Swift. Anything they put out, they can put out a phone book reading it.
No, Taylor Swift said no, I'm country.
Artist. She's not no dang on.
She's pop.
She better not say she country.
So why are you saying I can't say Chris Brown is pop?
Chris Brown to me is R&B.
All right.
That's a good question. We on to something. Move on.
See?
We'll be here all night.
See?
Daggone it.
But you got to put them somewhere.
It was Tank that was fussing about it.
If pop can't be the genre, what are they then?
I thought pop is, if you're in the pop group, you made it. Because everybody in the world loves
so why
what
are you
doing.
mad at Mos Def saying Drake is a pop artist?
No, but Drake can still be like Chris Brown.
Yeah.
They're R&B artists who happen to be popular.
Okay, all right.
That's a good debate. That's a good one.
He's saying once you're crossed over, that's where you are.
Don't come back. That makes sense.
That's a good one.
I see where he's going with
but
that.
But he has to treat it, I agree, like Kurt Franklin. Yeah. I don't care how popular Kurt Franklin is. He's a gospel artist.
Yeah.
He's a popular gospel artist.
Yeah.
I would never say Kurt Franklin is a pop artist, even though his songs are popular.
Yeah. I see. Okay, Mos Def. I get it.
Now you get it.
I get it. Because it's a gray area for
He's saying you can play his music in Target. Drake and old white ladies will be around the thing. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? That's not hip hop to Mos Def.
Wow.
So I don't know.
Okay, that's a very good one. That's very good.
And Justice Ross says, what is R&B?
Rhythm and blues.
See, that's a good one.
Anything with rhythm. Hey?
She considers Chris Rock R&B. I don't.
I don't consider Chris Rock a pop artist.
I put him with Michael Jackson. He's a pop artist to me. That's to me though. I put him with Michael Jackson.
And what's his name that's singing at
Beyonce.
And what's his name that's singing at the
Usher.
Usher. I don't know, y'all. I thought they were rhythm and blues.
Some people would say they R&B. I don't think so. When I think of R&B, I think of Tank. I think of them. I don't think of.
And Mary J. Blige is hip hop.
I think of hip hop.
She R&B.
I think of her as hip hop.
Wow.
See how everybody puts you? Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Okay.
Fantasia to me is R&B. That's R&B. Beyonce to me is not R&B.
No.
She's pop.
She's pop.
So I'm sorry.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay.
Emerald says, as long as our culture is always going to be appropriated, it will never die. True. Justice Sarah says, Mos Def was being kind. Drake is a fake rapper.
You know what?
He's a pop artist. People who are, I'm telling you.
She said fake artist.
A lot of people think like that, Lenore. And then some people say, no, he's a hip hop.
I think when it comes to them getting awards, that's when we're labeling them.
I don't know. I
feel bad. Drake is a very good artist. What you gonna call him?
What's his name from Hawaii?
Who is that?
I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open.
Bruno Mars.
What is Bruno Mars?
Pop. He's not rhythm and blues.
No, he's pop.
He's pop. I get it.
Now
what's wrong with being pop?
There's nothing wrong with it. Most Def didn't say it was anything wrong with it.
No, but if Drake is considered a pop artist.
No, he don't call me a pop artist. I'm a hip hop artist. That's what Drake is saying. Just like BB and CeCe said, don't call us pop artists. We're gospel.
Okay.
That's in my bones.
Drake doesn't want to be labeled pop.
Pop, yeah.
Okay.
BB and CeCe got mad when people was calling them pop artists.
Yeah.
No, we're gospel artists. Enough to where when she came out with this one, it was clear who she was talking about.
Oh, goodness and mercy is Chase. Ooh, there's no doubt about it.
No, I'm talking about Jesus.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Now, when I did that album with my brother, no, we wanted to do some pop. But now, I don't never let it be seen or shown.
You don't have to question the message that I'm singing about.
With Snoop Dogg. When he came out with that gospel, people was clowning him.
Yes.
You're a gospel artist now. Let it never be seen or let it be shown. I am a hip-hop rapper.
Doing a gospel project like Aretha Franklin did. Nobody messed with her on it because she had the voice to do anything. And nobody got her. She probably made most of her awards with that gospel album. Elvis Presley. He got his awards with his gospel. Not his and he did a gospel project.
And he's rock.
Yeah.
So
step on my blueberry shoe.
So Mos Def was being kind.
Go ahead.
Justice says when black R&B artists are accepted by the masses, they're labeled as pop.
Yes.
Emerald says Selena crossed over, but she was primarily Latin. Mm-hmm. She did cross over. And some people might say she's no longer, a Latin person, but they still held on to Selena. Mm-hmm. They didn't care how. Why is it black people? We the only ones that do that.
Because we're so versatile, though. You can look
That's
at
true.
it as
we can
positive.
do anything. You're right.
Go ahead.
All right. So we have no time. So let's move. We stayed on that one. So I'll do the other subjects the next day.
Okay.
You see how we'll stay on the subject? It'd be forever.
That's a good topic. Because they're talking about this now in the music world.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't skip though 1, 2, 3, 4. Ma, we'll do your story tomorrow. Okay. Now I always try to do something funny every day.
Feel good.
Either funny or feel good. So this one I thought was cute. This little boy. Watch this little boy.
Go.
He ain't training for something.
Oh my God. How old is he? enjoying this. Look how little he is.
Yeah. Tell me that this boy.
It's like he's alive doing this. And he's so little.
That this boy is not going to be the professional biker.
We all looking at the future. We know the future of this boy. He got to be what, 4? 3 or 4?
Probably 3, right? 3 or 4.
Oh my God. And he's so daring. He's going to be those daredevils. That's what Evel Knievel was probably like this.
They even made it where he was going through the house.
Evel Knievel had to be like this growing up. Because he did those stunts where his bike would go over a building. Oh my God. This boy is not afraid.
No.
Oh.
Now, is that going to be good or bad?
Well, he tearing the house up. They probably need to move somewhere.
I'm talking about when he start doing mountains and stuff. I'll be nervous.
Yeah, as a mom, you're going to have to be nervous. Hopefully she's a mother of faith to pray her son through. Evel Knievel broke some bones. He hurt himself. Wow. And I look at this on the spiritual side. Can you imagine having that energy he has as a spiritual person, believing in God? Nothing's going, hey, what God say, I'm going. Hey.
Right. And there's some little kids on TikTok and stuff you see like that be preaching and stuff in the mirror. And God said, I'm going to come down and
I am not afraid.
And you be like, whoa.
This boy.
Remember that little boy we showed laying hands on everybody in the house?
Mm-hmm. Prayed over them being sick. I love it in kids. I love that energy. You know what he's going to do.
Now, what if he turns out to be a lawyer or something?
Oh, Lord.
Everybody thinking he's going to be a biker.
We got to follow him in another, I pray I be alive, but another 10 to 20 years.
I don't know.
Because he'll be 25.
You know what? That's another thing. The older we get, it starts to come to the realization, you ain't going to be around.
Not a long time. If I live
it's like,
99.
Ma, how you feel? You 80 and you see like little, what's her name's baby? Like, you feel like you're going to be around for a long time to see him grow up?
A little while longer.
She don't need to see him grow up, but just to get it, like the next 10 years.
Do you start becoming like, okay, it's probably not going to happen?
No, I don't think that.
Even if you live to be 100?
For me, however long I live, I want to be in my right mind.
That's the thing. Because you could be 70 and don't know what's going on.
Thank you.
Okay. Emerald says artists should be allowed to define their genre and be free to try new things. I agree.
Thank you.
And Justin says he's not even peddling. He's like the Flintstones. Wasn't in the car.
They stopped with their feet or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Flintstones.
That little boy had a lot of energy.
And real quick, you always want to know who Charlemagne the God's donkey of the day is.
Donkey.
First of all, he's a Cowboys fan.
He's a Cowboy, Dallas Cowboy
and
fan.
DJ Envy on the Breakfast Club was trying to clown him because the Packers beat them so bad, Dallas Cowboys, and they didn't make it into the playoffs.
They got this far.
And Charlemagne pretty much said, if you have a losing team that's not in the playoffs, he don't want you to say nothing. DJ Envy has the Giants. He said, y'all never make it and you a loser. So don't even talk about the...
we Chicago, we ain't saying nothing.
So he would tell us not to say nothing.
The Packers just beat us.
He would say, Chicago, you shouldn't even say nothing about the thing. But you know what? I am going to say something.
Chicago had a chance to make sure the Packers didn't make it to this.
And we blew that.
Oh, well.
But you know what, Charlemagne? People still gonna laugh. Whether we're all sitting at home.
Our teams didn't make it, but we're still laughing at yours.
Just because yours went farther, they're still sitting at home, like all of ours.
In fact, I'm laughing harder at your team because your team had a good record,
and you blew it.
Our team didn't have no good record, so we knew we wasn't going.
We go in knowing we losers.
Thank you. But Packers,
you guys are like Lucy and Charlie Brown.
Jason
putting the ball down and then picking it up when you think you're gonna kick it.
What's that Aaron guy? The other Aaron guy.
I know you're talking about.
I sat there and watched the game and I went, Your eyes would just do this at each touchdown.
It said it ended with Green Bay Packers winning 48-32.
And it would have been worse than that if Dallas hadn't gotten 2 touchdowns.
Dallas Cowboys picked the worst possible time to lose their first game in almost 2 full seasons. And they didn't just lose, they were slaughtered. The worst time.
It would have been worse had they not got those 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
So remember, we didn't do the story. Remember, I was going to do the story on all the coaches switching all these different places.
Yeah.
Well, Bill Belichick is gone.
Right. Did he go into another team?
No, now he's looking.
He's done. Okay.
Now New England Patriots has a black coach, and he's the youngest coach.
Okay.
In the season or whatever in NFL.
Okay.
So
and our friends Malone and them. Mm-hmm. Maloney. What's his name?
What about him?
That's her team. So
They
winning. Okay. I felt bad for I switched over and I watched the Philadelphia game and they lost against the Buccaneers, the Tampa. Mm-hmm. And I felt bad because I like Jason Hurt and that other brother too, the one that's dating Taylor Swift. Mm-hmm. I felt bad for them because they had a good record too and they lost.
Well, anyway, Charlamagne was talking about the fact that Bill Belichick is out looking for a team. Mm-hmm. He wants him to go to Dallas.
He does?
But I don't think that's going to happen.
He should go to Chicago. Because I don't want the coach in Chicago to stay. They're even talking about getting rid of our quarterback. Wow.
They're not talking about getting rid of the coach, though, are they? Which they should.
Yeah, because our team, 2 years we've had bad record. They need to get rid of him and the quarterback. I don't have a problem with our quarterback, but he should come to our team.
No, he wants to win.
No, he can help the team win. That's just wrong. You're gonna go to a winning team. They don't need him if winning.
They're not a winning team. They missing something. They lost against the Packers,
but they had a good record. It wasn't like they was not like our record.
Well, whatever. So Bill Belichick, he wants him to go there. He gave Donkey of the Day to the Dallas Cowboys owner, who we all know. Forgot his name. Y'all know who we're talking about. Johnson. Or y'all know who the Dallas Cowboy owner is.
I remember the old one.
Yes.
Lowry.
No. You talking about the coach.
Oh, coach.
I'm owner.
I'm sorry, coach.
But he wants Bill Belichick to go to Dallas.
No, hopefully go Chicago.
And
help Chicago.
And he gave Donkey of the Day to the owner, Jerry. That's it, Johnson.
Okay.
And he says, and to them for losing. And he's a Dallas Cowboy fan. And DJ Envy was laughing like what you was. And he called him a loser because he's with the New York Giants. And he said, you guys are always losers.
They better than us.
Yeah, they better than us.
Okay.
So that's the Donkey of the Day.
Okay. Aw. I didn't know he was a Dallas Cowboy
he's a
fan.
Dallas Cowboy fan.
Okay.
Dallas Cowboy is an American team. They like the Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, it's like the Steelers.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Green Bay. The only shining light that I liked in the fact that Green Bay won is I don't like their old quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. And I just wanted them to show, we don't need you, Aaron Rodgers, to win.
See how that was low?
One of the...
See how it's still
That's
alone?
that was one of the things that I was kind of happy about the Cheeseheads and all of that because I'm not a Cheesehead fan.
Right.
But I didn't like when he said he owned us when he was playing with them.
You see the mask behind you?
No.
But go ahead. Keep going.
So that was
That
was one of my shining moments is that Aaron, if they putting it in Aaron Rodgers' face, we got a good team, we got a good quarterback, we don't need you.
Yep.
And they're the youngest team out there. So
all right, so that's it.
Okay.
That was your Donkey of the Day.
Okay.
Again, the stories that I passed on, we'll attempt to do them tomorrow.
I know.
We got lost in the music.
You can be about music all day.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, y'all. Don't forget our book, 100 Family-Friendly Jokes. Mm-hmm. The link is in the description, and the book is on Amazon. Mm-hmm. You want to pray us out?
Yeah. Father God, we give you glory and honor, and we thank you, oh God, for another opportunity, oh God, for our show to plant seeds and to give updates on what's going on, because that's what this show is about. We give updates on government, politics, sports, music. That's what we like to do. This is not a Christian show, but we are Christians that have this show.
Right.
And we speak about God whatever opportunity we have. So we just want people to understand that when you tune in, we're not going to be quoting scriptures throughout the whole show, but we also, because that's our faith and that's how we live and, believe in our Lord and Savior, we're going to speak those things in our stories that come up. And we like to pray at the end. Thank you, Emerald, for that suggestion. We pray for everybody that's in the chat room. We pray for each and every one of their families, those who are watching us. We just pray a spirit of adoption for those who don't know Christ. We thank you for the stories that we came forth today. We thank you for those people who won the Emmy Awards. I'm trying to think. Quinta and all of the people who won, Niecy Nash. What a blessing that they can put that on their shelf and maybe raise their income when they go out to do more work, Father. We even pray for the situation with the music. I know Mos Def gave his opinion and Drake and all of them, but we know music is, regardless of how it's classified and how it's labeled, it's hopefully to inspire people and that they can be heard throughout the whole world. And not in a box. What else did we talk about? The little boy
on the bike.
And that little boy, all that energy that he has. It just, if you think about it in your faith and your walk, that's how we should be moving forward with things that careless, just fearless, just knowing that God's got you and you're not concerned. You turn a corner, you go up a little down a swoop over a hill and whatever. You just take a chance, in doing things and not being afraid, because he has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And we just forever will give you the praise and the glory in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. All right, y'all. Don't forget to, Emerald says, thank you, ladies.
Okay.
You're welcome, Emerald.
You're welcome.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always believe. And that's what you believe in yourself. Believe in God, the way you want to interpret believe.
Mm-hmm.
Always believe. We say that because our nephew passed away. Mm-hmm. And that was his quote. He would always say, believe.
Yeah.
So that's what we talk about.
I think someone else had asked us, why do we say always believe?
Right.
And that's because of our nephew who's passed.
It's not,
that was his word.
It's nothing about the Bible and all of that. It's believing in yourself.
Go to Tyler Matthew Curtis Hill
his
foundation.com and you can read about why we say that.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's on his website that you put together, right? Help put together. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. Mm-hmm. See y'all later. See you later, TikTok.